Hey everyone. I almost said it's Michael Sharp. It's not Michael Sharp. It's Rex Parker. And I have my friend Rachel Fabi with me here today. We're experimenting with this whole Zoom thingamajig, and we're going to solve the Tuesday puzzle together. I have control of the screen. I don't know if it would work if we shared that. So I have control of the screen. And so obviously I'm not speed solving, or you would just be mostly watching me solve and groan. So I'll slow it down and we'll just comment as we go along. How you doing, Rachel?
I'm good. I've never collaboratively solved a puzzle before, so this is a first for me. I know you compete collaboratively.
I have
I've
with
never
with
done
my
this.
wife, yeah. You really? I mean, by this you mean ever collaboratively, like in even real time, like face to face? You haven't done that?
I mean, like maybe I'll solve the puzzle next to someone and, to let them feel included, be like, hey, who won the
You can
Oscar last year?
bask. You can be near me. You can bask in the feel of my solving. You can pretend you were part of it, but just shush. Just sit there. That's good.
No, you know what? I did collaboratively solve the Super Mega this year with my family.
Oh, see, that makes sense because Super Mega would kind of be a drag on your own a little bit. It's more
Yeah,
like well, I was going to say like a marathon. I guess people run those on their own and they're fine, but
it's a
it's not the
relay.
best. It's not the best analogy, but yeah, no, I think the Super Mega is sort of made for laying it out on the floor and having everybody go at it. So that makes sense. And yeah, I've co-solved at Lollapuzzoola with Penelope, and also we do the Sunday Washington Post, the Evan Bernholtz puzzle. We do that every Sunday morning with eggs and toast, and we do it downs only. That's
Oh,
our weekly ritual, the only time we solve together. And because you're doing it downs only, it actually isn't annoying to solve together. It could be annoying to solve a puzzle together that you can normally just do, but because downs only is its own kind of hard, it's very useful to have another person there, and it feels like good to collaborate as opposed to just tripping over each other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, so recommend it, especially if you have trouble with downs only, like having another person. I don't know. It's a nice little
I've
ritual.
done some downs only, and I always feel like I'm missing out on the theme
You
because the
are,
theme is
but
always horizontal.
yeah, right. But I mean, you can go back and look at the theme, and honestly, I have this feeling about themes, which is, I mean, Evan's themes are good, so I do feel a little bad sometimes. I think, wow, it'd be great to know what these theme clues were. Like, we have to wait till the end because most of them, as you say, are crosses. But it also kind of makes me, I like kind of thinking in my head, like, ooh, I wonder what, like, I have to think about what his theme is from a different angle, like how I have to imagine what's on the other end, or think about how is he doing this, like how is he cluing these things, and what is tying these things together. So I don't know, some geek part of me is kind of it's able to appreciate the theme on a weird other level because I have to kind of fill in the blanks myself. Sometimes it's very like easy. I'm like, oh, I can guess what he's doing here. But other times I'm like, okay, I get the idea, but I have no idea what's happening in the clues. So
Well, one day we
anyway,
should do one of these downs only, just so I can experience
okay,
that.
yeah, no. Some people, I mean, again, people who have better tech savvy than I do, you can get it into black ink or across light and have the acrosses wiped out, so you don't actually see them. When we do it downs only, we're basically just not looking at the crosses are right in front of us. We just don't look at
Right.
them. So yeah, we'll do that sometime. Actually, that actually is not a bad idea. I've seen on Twitch, I've seen Eric Agard and June Pak and Andy Kravis do downs only, and
It would take me like 90 times as long, and that's not an
it's
exaggeration.
frightening. Like I watch it because they'll do like they'll like a stumper. They'll do like a Newsday stumper, which is the hardest puzzle there is, and they will do it downs only. And I think in my life I did a downs only stumper once, and I honestly wanted to retire right there because I was like, I don't know how this happened. It was amazing. But they'll be doing it, and you'll see them struggle, which is interesting because the idea of them struggling at anything is preposterous because they're so fast. But then also you'd see them occasionally when they'd have like a breakthrough, all of a sudden the grid would just like fill. It didn't look like they were solving. It just like the grid. It was like watching something like viral, like it just sort of started spreading. And I was like, what is happening? How are they filling the grid this fast? Like that level of speed when you see it, it's disconcerting.
Yeah, it's a
So
little otherworldly.
yeah. Anyway, let's get into this.
Yeah, let's do the Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll do this preliminary weirdness that has nothing to do with the Tuesday puzzle. Okay, I'm going to share screen now, and it's this one. This is by Trent H. Evans. It doesn't have a title because it's Tuesday. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. I think this is Span.
I think you're right.
Thank you. So when you, I appreciate the support. So I'll tell you right now, like when I solve, my first instinct is to do the one across if I can, and then come right over to here and go bam, bam, bam. Like just start driving down the downs. I don't even look at the acrosses if I don't have to. What's your instinct from here? What are you doing?
I usually go 1, 5, like the 3 top, and then I do all the downs.
Interesting.
Once I have all 3 at the top. Yeah.
Right straw?
Yep.
A tall one is exaggerated, right?
Yep, tall tail.
Good. All right, so and then you start downs. That's smarter.
Yep.
See, I basically get stuck in my little corners, and especially when I don't know. But I'll have to try that, going straight across. But now at this point, you don't keep going across, right? You start in.
Yeah, no, then I switch to downs.
Okay.
Yeah, so Shaw. Yep.
Yeah, if I get to anything interesting, I'll let you know. Dual unit is a pace, probably, right?
Yeah.
Like several paces. I take your 10 paces.
At dawn. Yeah.
At dawn, it's at dawn. I saw Hamilton. Researcher specialty, probably. And then, are you going to go to the down here? Or are you going to go across, down?
I'll see what the down is. I think
Oh,
I
you
know
will.
what it is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Comic Con, stereotypically nerd fest.
Yep.
You think?
Yes.
Right, I got that fast. I'm not sure, but those are both words. That's a yeah. There we go. Look at that. Dreaming state. Head in the clouds.
Sounds reasonable. Does it fit?
Well, let's find out. Yes. What's that? Improvised
IED.
Explosive device. Yeah, let's just do this.
Really fun.
Oh, that's great. It's bad, and yet I had it in one of my puzzles once, and so I always feel a little bad like slagging on it because I'm like, yeah, I put IED in a puzzle once. So
I mean, but like you need that stuff.
You do. I mean, you do, and I think you
know what else you need is 11 down.
Oh, what's 11 down? Oh, you do. The alus are important. Grease for baking. Yeah.
The eyes.
Oh, I see. I was like, wait, they see is 7 letters and my answer is 4. So I have no idea what they're talking about, but now I understand. You're right. That's good. That's Olay. And where do we go together? Let's go places.
Slogan here.
Toy off?
What?
Let's go places together. Oh, Toyota.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're gonna have a toy off. It's where you compete. Who has the best toys? It's a toy off.
Oh my god, I lose every time.
I would too. I don't have good toys anymore. But no, it's Toyota, so that's good. I'm gonna go back here and put these through slants.
Sure.
Yeah. Taste.
Sure.
Yeah.
Rich.
I still haven't fixed my specs. Obviously, I keep stumbling. There we go. Good.
Aloe.
Yeah. Layla. OSHA. War crime? What is this? To ask. Watchdog. Yeah.
Watchdog.
Yeah.
Hot.
So true. I find that the summer sun is.
It's the hottest of all the suns.
It's the hottest of all the suns. Lower. Edwards. Big name in smoothies.
Adwala.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Still like Edwards, but I'm gonna go with Adwala. Loop.
Ooh, yeah.
Lando. Yeah. Agita, oak.
It's an R. It's an R.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Ardor.
Sure.
Updo. Something on the ground.
That's feet on the ground. Head in the clouds. Feet on the ground.
Yeah. I see a theme developing. Happy
Huh.
on
a Tuesday?
On a Tuesday? Tippy craft. Tippy canoe. Tyler too.
Tyler too.
Tyler too. We know our slogans. Our slogans of yore. 1L. Moral. Control. Oh, Monty? Yes.
Nice.
Oh, I know, right? Not even looking at the clue. Although what really, honestly, omens, I guess it could have been.
Omens, yeah.
It's probably actually more likely omens, but whatever. It's this. Steeds.
Sofas.
Yeah.
Or crossword solving locations.
Yes. Bring up the rear. Tweak. Twerk. It's twerk.
Twerk, yep.
I love how, like, I don't love how, I don't know. I'm just gonna table my thoughts about the New York Times crossword in the crossword. Yes. I feel like the twerk is potentially the new elope, where you just like all you can do is do question mark clues for it, like punny things, because it involves your ass, shaking your ass. So it's just like it's somehow irresistible to do something question marky with it. The way I don't think anyone's written a straightforward elope clue in 2 decades. It's always
challenge accepted.
Take the honey and run or something stupid. Okay.
Enemy.
That's good. Sky Rail. Oh, Sky Mall. I don't know what Sky Rail is. It's a thing I made up.
I don't think that's a thing.
From here on, no longer.
Sure.
Right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Ono? Anyo.
Ano.
It's Omanye. Yeah, and this is bad for all the reasons everybody knows that it's bad. It's bad.
Although I had an interesting debate, sort of like a back and forth with Cameron Austin Collins about this, because he put it in a New Yorker puzzle, and I commented on it in the blog that I do about the New Yorker puzzle, and he did make a valid point, which is that we only really call it out when it's this word, and there are like other accents on other words that we don't make the same point about. And
yes,
to be fair, it's because this word means butthole.
That's true. There is it's the one of the first laws of calling things out on it's the butthole law, which is like things tend to get called out to the extent that they are, as they asymptotically approach butthole. Did you like that pun?
It's terrible.
And it is terrible. Thank you. But in my head, I actually do judge like accent aigu and accent grave, and like I don't, if they're not crossed with a similar accent. I mean, I understand that that's how things go, but I don't like it. I don't have to like it either.
Yeah, fair.
And yes, I think because it means butthole, like you are obligated. Like, I mean, you can put these letters together, but like it's a no or the letter O or something. Like it's not good fill, so you may as well clue it as an O or.
That's a no from me.
A no from, that's a no. That's how I clued it once, as like an American Idol response or whatever. Like Mad Lib. I really hate it in singular, but okay. Knob.
What is that from? I don't even know.
What?
This knob.
Door
handle. Sorry. I was looking at Breakout role for Robin Williams. I was like,
he was a knob. Knob from Orc.
Never mind.
Mork.
That makes more sense.
Rochi, sorry. All right. Soldering device. Is that iron? Is that right?
A soldering iron. Yeah.
Mind in the clouds. Mind in the gutter, probably.
Mind in the gutter.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, crass state. What is that? Crass state. I don't. Okay.
Like,
are these all states? Yeah. Okay. They're trying to do the thing with states.
What?
Right. So states. It's crass state, and then this one is practical state, and then this one is dreaming state.
Got it.
And I'm not sure I don't think you need that. I think it so hampers you here. Like, I don't like this clue for this answer. And I think that the state thing, I can see how they're trying to give you a like.
Well, let's find the revealer before we decide that it's terrible.
Okay, my guess is it doesn't have one.
Oh, I guess it's Tuesday. Maybe there isn't one.
I mean, you can pretty much see it's like head, feet, mind. Like, I don't know. Also, can I just say your mind is in your head? So uh that's to me not like all hands on deck, or I don't know. That's bad too. But like something not your mind would be good here. Oh, I want to say TiVo or Tybo. It's the trio.
Trio?
Yeah, I think it is.
Grown.
Grown, yeah. Mm,
Or
yeah, roast.
mm-hmm.
Magnet, yeah.
Yeah.
Lewis.
Harry Lewis.
Yeah.
Emu. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Outa.
Time.
Oh, wow. With one T. Okay.
I mean, it's Back to the Future, right?
Well, it is the license plate, so I assume it's factual, but it's out of time. I would have spelled outa with two T's. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a purist there. Soldering iron is a tool, probably, right?
Yes.
Sheep.
Sure.
Sure.
Rate.
Yeah, there we are.
Okay, so no revealer. You were right.
I was right. Yeah. I mean, it's the kind of thing that, like, honestly, these on their own are like, it's I mean, it's not exactly a rip roaring theme, but I don't think you need this.
It's nice that they're all 15s. I like that.
Yeah, I always like that. It's good. But I mean, again, I think head and mind are the same, really.
That's okay. But like, because there's no revealer, it's not trying to tell us like you're going from one place to another.
But it is, because they're like different. I think it's parts of the body, and then it's like mind is like a philosophical state. I mean, it's like head, feet, mind. Like, it's not like I either want the third thing to be a different thing, or I want the third thing to kind of resolve things, and it just feels like mind is too close to head. I mean, again, yes, it follows a pattern, blank in the blank, blank on the blank, blank. And that's the other thing. I guess there's inconsistency, but I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me. The sort of in versus on, that's okay.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it is unfortunate that they're both like head states.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice
to
have
another head states. Technically, like having your feet on the ground is like a mental thing.
Yeah, but I mean, again, we're thinking literally. Like, I'm thinking, okay, you're going to do this with body parts, right? Like, head in the clouds, feet on the ground, arms.
Heart on your sleeve.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, and also it'd be cool if you went and the feet were down here. Like, if you went head, heart, feet.
That'd be cool.
I'm just spitballing here, but like, if I were doing this theme, that's how I would be thinking. Instead of being like state, 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 which I don't think gets you much. I don't think it adds value. I think the puzzle's fine as it is in this phrasing, but I would like it not to be mind and head, probably.
But overall, I mean, like, decent fill.
Yeah.
They're all 15s.
I'm
pretty happy with this.
There's, yes, it's true that I instinctively go to the weak stuff and like notice it, but yeah, no, I think that you're right in terms of Tuesdays that I have done in my life and times. This is on the, I would say this is on the better side fill wise. Despite your occasional trio or 1L or other things that are, or Layla, or things that are super crosswordies, or Alu, but they're all fine. I mean, they're fine. And you do get, like, Nerdfest is kind of fun. I think people, like, I don't know, nerd's a weird word where I feel like it's a word that has been used derogatorily in the past, but now I don't think of it that way because it's so kind of reclaimed. I don't know. I saw someone complaining that it was some nerd word, that they were like complaining that it was a derogatory term, and I don't know. I feel like
that might have been me when I subbed for you on Saturday.
No, it wasn't you, actually. But thanks for calling yourself out. But it wasn't.
Well,
it was
no,
someone.
But I just for the sake of consistency, I did say that I wasn't super thrilled with Alpha Nerd on Saturday.
Right. That was that term. It wasn't you saying it that I was noticing, but it definitely was that term. And that is funny because I actually saw another crossword person on Twitter essentially say that they felt seen by that term. Like, so it was like, I can see why you would, why anyone might think that it's a potentially derisive term if you've ever, well, especially because when I was growing up, it was not as widely embraced as it is now, and was the thing that you make fun of people for. But now I feel like.
And also, like, I think my issue with alpha nerd specifically is that it implies that there's some sort of nerd hierarchy where, like, if you have an alpha nerd, that means you also have an omega nerd, and like.
That would be the saddest. Like, you're like a nerd, and you're like not even the good. You're like the nerd, but you're like the gamma nerd or something, and it's like I work my way up, down the nerd scale. Like, it all gets up. It's all upside down. Yeah, I guess it does imply that, although I don't know that anyone, since it's so metaphorical to begin with, I don't know that anyone actually thinks there's like, you're genuinely following Wolfpack rules. Like, it's like not. So it's fair. I think it's good to have for me, I'm like, it's good to have your sensitivity stuff turned on and be like, okay, I noticed that, and then I can like adjust on the fly and say, okay, I don't, they do say stereotypically, so it's always like, are you making fun of the nerds at that, or are you one of the nerds, or is it both of those at the same time?
Right.
But
which
I do think
was also what the alpha nerd clue said.
Yeah. But I do think it's nerds, one of those terms that's undergone this kind of, it's just got all these valences to it so I don't see it as inherently derogatory the way I might about some other word. Like, it's hard to see idiot as anything other than derogatory. Right. Although I use the word, I mean, honestly, idiots that also is a tough one for me, because like I have been prone to use that word about people. But
I think that like we need to hold the paper to a higher, like the crossword to a higher standard than like, your casual speech, right? Like
probably, yeah. I mean,
know.
I wonder also if there aren't ways to like, I mean, I haven't thought this through obviously, but I feel like in some of these words that are potentially mean, there may be ways to rescue them in the cluing, but I mean, I haven't thought about it too hard, honestly, at least not where like idiot and moron are concerned. I haven't thought about it as much. Yeah. But anyway, we liked this. Okay. It seems solid. Like, it's solid. And I do like the blank on the blank, blank in the blank, like that. Just, that's enough. Actually, here's another thing to say before we go. Like, you don't have to try to set the world on fire with your Tuesday theme. Like, sometimes you can be gentle and do a lot. Like, you can just get 3 15s that all have the same, syntax, really, same phrasing, and it's plenty. And then if you have other fill that's interesting, then you're good. It's Tuesday, you're good.
I do wish we had a title, though, if we're not going to have a revealer. Like, I think this is a shortcoming of the times, is,
Yes, and we can we can talk about this another time as well. But yes, I think I enjoy the puzzles that have titles. I think it gets you a lot. If I think it adds to it. It's like you've named it. It's like you've cared about it, and you can give it a name, and it's that alone is interesting to me. And then also, there are times when a puzzle seems to need a revealer, but then the revealer takes away space from a potential other themer that might be interesting. And so you could have used your revealer, quote unquote, as a title, and then put some other new interesting themer in there. So it actually frees up. If you have a title, you free up some space, because you can still have a revealer if you really want to have the punch of a revealer. But I'm very pro titles. It's good. I don't know why they think the Sunday is the only one that deserves one. It's the shittiest puzzle of the week, and they decide to make it big and give it a title. So it would be nice if they gave the other ones. But I mean, do any dailies give their puzzles title? I guess Eric's do.
USA Today does, yeah.
USA Today, baby. they do. Also, does Universal, or am I imagining that?
I think they do.
I think David does. I think the Universal does. But
certainly the ones that I have had with Universal have had titles. I don't know if that's all.
Wall Street Journal does not, except for the big one, I don't think. And then LA Times does not.
New
Newsday
Yorkers are
does.
themeless, so don't.
Newsday does. I don't know why I need to think out loud all this stuff. Anyway, let's unshare, stop share. Cool. All right.
Cool.
Probably longer than I wanted to go, but it was, or longer than anyone's going to want to have watched. Me, certainly. But I'm really grateful that you decided to hop on here with me and talk through this. Tuesdays are normally kind of boring for me, so I'm grateful for the company.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation. Let's do this again, Downs only sometime.
Yes, anytime. I will see you later, Rachel, and everyone else. Bye.
Bye.